This stock will surprise everyone. This is not financial advice, but my research suggests it's a good idea to buy $50 of this before November 22nd. The ticker is REAL, Real. The company is The Real. They're a luxury retail reseller. They have a partnership with Gucci, so you can buy Gucci bags through Real. And they have more GMV, gross merchandise value, revenue, amount of products sold in dollar terms than Poshmark. Also have a higher growth rate than Poshmark. Poshmark, more well-known than The Real. I'm not a woman. I do know that a luxury reseller, growing really fast is a pretty hot segment. Let's jump into the chart. The price right now is very close to the IPO price from 2021, the tech end of bubble, and now could be an important level to get in. It's not financial advice. Let's get started with The Real.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
So this is a little bit about The Real. They focus on authenticated luxury resale, big brand partnerships like Gucci, and also strong tech operations. So they do have a partnership with Salesforce. So this is in opposition to Poshmark, which I don't know that Poshmark would call themselves low end, but you've probably heard of Poshmark. You've probably seen them. And they definitely are mass market. So Lululemon, as well as Victoria's Secret. Yes, Gucci is on here as well. But a lot of these brands, maybe not quite as luxury as The Real. And we can take a look at this website just to get a quick eyeball of what this is. But God, this is obnoxious, huh? Well, maybe this is by design, actually. It's pretty impressive that you have to sign up just in order to even see the website. And they have so much gross merchandise value. So let's see if this works. No, let's just abandon ship. This is the company, more than 20 million members. So another differentiating factor is I wouldn't associate Poshmark with having members. But before we pretend that we're retail experts, let's just jump into the chart and see why I'm talking about this company in the first place as a stock picker. Here's the recent earnings result. Pretty awesome. Pulling back to a little below the close. If it gets over this close, that's a really solid spot to risk. And how that works, that level is about exactly 15.5. People bought all through here. You can see all the volume way higher than through here. So there's buyers distributed through that whole price range. And so if the price gets over that level, they're all in the money. They all are making money. So if it goes down, they're more likely to sell, okay? If it stays up, they're less likely to sell. And there's a lot of them. So that's basically how that works when you have a high volume, literally, close. There's the close. So that's the setup, if you can call it a setup. I think you can. And you can see it sort of broke out over this left side peak, little undercut and broke out. So on a 5-year, sure, we are very close to the IPO price. If we look at this weekly chart, we can see the low up here. If you look, you see it's like 13.7. So it's above the low. And now there's a lot of blue skies into this initial IPO euphoria. So that's the idea. If we look at Poshmark, the performance is not great. So the real definitely looks more interesting. If we look at a daily chart here, it's also not particularly even trading. So that's not even a fair comparison at all, is it? Let's take a look at what's going on here and what tickers we can actually compare to the real, considering Poshmark is delisted. All right, so this was the IPO price right here. $20 was the actual price. We saw on the chart it went as low as 13 and change. 300 million normal IPO type banks. If we look up and take a look at needs, not a lot of needs. No cash need, and not a lot of risk of raising money as a result. Those can go hand in hand. So that's really good news in terms of deciding to buy this company. And here's basically, I guess, the new Poshmark. Etsy is probably most similar. ThreadUp, also in the same ballpark. But you gotta wonder if Poshmark is not trading anymore. Maybe these other companies are not quite as exciting either. Etsy, pretty unfortunate earnings. This is a great example, actually. I'm obviously revealing how little I know about retail and how much I'm biased on actual charts, but this, we didn't know what was going to happen with earnings here, right, with Etsy. So I had been looking at this as a breakout opportunity, right? This flag was really lovely at a time when there was almost no flags. It just so happened this 10-10 day contributed to this flag. And sure enough, it did break out, okay? Which is great, you know, maybe you got 10%, but you had to be really nimble. So this is why you don't hold into earnings. That's just a little side effect that we got to take a look at that in this breakdown. But there's the real, talked about the levels, and that's the idea. If you like these ideas, hit that like button. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks before they go up, not totally based on fundamentals, to be honest, hit that subscribe. And if you want one-on-one help, head over to stockscommunity.com. I'll try not to hit the microphone in future videos. See you in the next one.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.